welcome to Star Alignment channel. We're gonna get right into this one, right? As you can tell by the title, today's video is gonna be about um the most craziest zodiac signs. Now everybody may disagree in different ways, but I'm talking from not only personal experience, but from the ways the energies of each sign is broken down in the first place. So we first, there's four main elements that all of the 12 zodiac signs are in. So you got the fire signs, you got the air signs, you got the air signs, you got the water signs. So let's talk about the most crazy of the fire signs, right? So when you talk about the most crazy of the fire signs, um, one of the fire signs that are the most craziest is gonna be Leo. And the reason why I say that is because, and disclaimer, this don't mean that everybody in all these signs is crazy. We just talk about the energies in general and how you can find much more people that are more, you know, crazy or have that energy due to their sign. So one, I'm gonna say Leo, and I'm gonna say Leo not in a harsh way like some of the other ones I may describe, but in a way of a lot of times they be in their own head, and they like attention. They want to be this. A lot of them want to be the center of attention. A lot of times they have the energy of doing too much. That's the best way. Just like doing too much. Even if you're not purposely being an attention seeker, they got the energy of doing too much. So to me, that's crazy in itself. But to be honest, they really not one of the worst ones, because everybody got their ups and downs. Like when I say Aries, they're crazy too, but sometimes it's just because they don't know how to be relatable and have a sense of relatability. They always oppose everything. They're too aggressive, too spontaneous, to the point where it don't make sense. You see what I'm saying? That come off as crazy too. But really, none of these signs I would consider as the most crazy. And then we get the Sagittarius, they be here and there. The way how they can be crazy is because sometimes the good part is they can be real spiritual, so they can be into spirituality or religious or philosophy. But sometimes they let that go over their head too, and they end up being like delusional and stuff like that too. But to be honest, I'm not gonna say none of the fire signs are really crazy. So I was just going through the different how each of those can be crazy in their own little way, because it's all on different percentage levels. But just to let y'all know, the fire signs, none of the fire signs, Leo, Aries, or Sagittarius, I will put on the most crazy list, so we could scratch fire off. So now moving to water. Now here's where it's gonna get interesting. When you talk about crazy, let's talk about Cancer. Cancer off the bat, they got a lot of crazy energies too. We can go ahead and kind of put them on that list, but the only reason why sometimes I give them grace is because there's a lack of understanding with cancers and the way that their energies are. And when they get catered to a certain type of way, they can become a whole different person. So I ain't gonna say that they ain't crazy, because they are kind of up there when it comes to crazy. But it's also, it has a hint of understandable once you understand their energies and them being water and being in the yin and dealing with heavy emotions and feelings that they can't always control. And so once you know how to not necessarily cater to that, but know how to agree with that, and align yourself with that in the best way for them to understand, they may still have certain attributes you may not like, but things may get a little bit more smoother, and they may become more understanding with you as you become more understanding with them. You see what I'm saying? And it be more harmonious of a relationship. So really, I really don't want to put Cancer as the most craziest, but I will say Cancer is an honorable mission. We're not gonna put them up there yet, but we're gonna say because Cancer, I kind of want to say it, but I'm gonna say it's an honorable mission only due to the misunderstanding. You see what I'm saying? It's a misunderstanding with a lot of cancers. So just disclaimer, just so y'all know, they are crazy, but it's like they it's a misunderstanding with them and their energies. So once you understand that, you understand the energy for what it is. You know what I'm saying? You know, okay, it's not they just some psychopaths. It's just they have energy trapped up, pent up emotions that they don't really know how to express, or when they do express it, it comes off in a extreme way, kind of like with Aries. But they all full of crap when it comes to Aries and all that stuff. But that's the video. But you see what I'm saying? But now moving on. So we're gonna put Cancer in the honorable mention list for crazy. These are honorable mentions. Now, getting into it right off the bat. Pisces top 10, top number one most craziest sign. Like most craziest sign. Right off the bat, craziest sign. And I'm gonna say that because with Pisces put themselves in situations where, oh my God, bro. Pisces have, see, here's the positive parts about Pisces. Pisces have healing energy. So they have a sense of divine energy. They have healing energy within them. They have deep healing power. They have like real good attributes. A lot of them are very artistic, creative. They're very in touch with the yin realm and their internal spiritual side. But they get crazy because remember, Pisces is still the realm of illusion. With creativity comes illusion. So with life comes illusion. You know what I'm saying? with the ability to create something also becomes the ability to create an illusion. Basically, is what I'm saying. So a lot of times they be illusions to the point where what people piss me off with Pisces sometimes is not that I just off the right or bat first thought they were just such bad people. What pisses me off with Pisces is you what you'll realize is, see, I'll be cool with a Pisces, or you'll be cool with a Pisces, right? You'll show them the way. You'll be cool with them. You'll open up and everything. But because in their mind, they overthinking something, they make the situation worse. Like for instance, they be having you in their mind as their worst enemy. Yet the whole time, nigga, I'm the only one that's actually been genuinely helping you. Everybody else is playing on you. They don't even care about you. I'm the one genuinely trying to be there and help, and you do me dirty. You look at me left. You look at me wrong. See, that's why I say Pisces one of my crazy signs, because they lost into illusion. It don't matter who you really are. If they lost and see you in a certain type of light or a certain type of way, you can't change them out of that. They're very delusional signs, very demented mentally signs. The Pisces is number one when it comes to crazy. That's the lunatic, psych ward, straight jacket sign of all time. Now with that comes positive stuff too, but that's only if they know how to put that in the right area. No, they always have a sense of healing energy. They always have a sense of life force. They always have a sense of creative energy. But if they don't know how to utilize that, what good does it matter? All they're gonna do is destroy and destruct everything around them. Another reason is because they also lost that they lost into the illusions. So that's the mental part of it. That's the thought part of it. They lost into the mind. They mind mentally effed up, and then they also lost into the emotions and feelings because that's a water sign. So they double lost. See, I'm gonna get into Gemini. I'm gonna skip real quick. I was gonna say Gemini is one of the most craziest ones, and they are. They on that list for fact. But Gemini mainly only deal with the mind. See, Gemini that's air, that's thinking, that's logical. Pisces may be water, but that's the creative side and water. So it's you be able to create stuff with the mind and you use that off your emotions and feelings. So they lost in double worlds. Pisces lost in double. This is why they post powerful to an extent, but this is why they lost in double worlds. They lost out in flunked and crazy in two realms, in the mind, mentally, and with the emotions and feelings. Hell nah, Pisces number one most crazy flunked out sign. Now another one that's crazy is Scorpio, and I'm gonna tell you why too, because it's not that Scorpios is the worst sign in the world, but they go on the crazy list too because a Scorpio be so lost, kind of like Pisces, but not just in that same diameter. But Scorpio be so lost in how they see things, and are them trying to get back, or how them painting the situation to look the way that they think it look, and it may not even be like that. Scorpios are crazy as hell. They'll try to put you or frame you in a box. That because you played out certain traits, they trying to frame you in a box, and that's not even truly who you are. Outside of that, you probably their biggest help. You probably their biggest supporter. But they'll look at it like, oh, because they felt this way and they thought this way and seen you in this box in this frame. Now all of a sudden, now you the enemy. Now they got this ulterior motive. They being weird. They in your face. They can't just tell you that. They can't just say f you in your face. They gotta play like it's okay, and then try to come around you like everything okay, and then behind your back be all weird and stuff like that. So you can't deal with them. You know what I'm saying? Give me 1 second. All right, sorry about that. Sorry about that. Back in it. Back in it. So, like I was saying, that's what makes Scorpio so flunked out because Scorpios be in a situation where they only be lost in their own point of view, just like Pisces. A lot of the water signs be flunked out. Like I'm really just giving Cancer grace because a lot of times with Cancer, I got like a soft spot for Cancers in different ways, but I ain't gotta explain you why or whatever like that. But to be honest, if you want me to just be real, just purely in the spirit, just really being real from a higher view, it's kind of like honestly, all of the water signs are the most flunked out. All of the water signs that are most flunked out, they are the most lost. They can have all the power in the world and don't even know how to utilize it. So by default, I'm gonna say water is the most flunked out sign. And I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. I ain't even gonna try to cap with you. Water and air, but definitely water, cause water always go deeper. It's deep. You can't get out of sea. Air can be lost, but if they can learn to meditate, they can learn to get their thoughts uh, formulated. They can learn to be a better person. They can learn to think differently and direct that into where they need to do and put that in the better areas of their life. Air sign could be the most lit thing ever. They could be powerful. They could be the next Elon Musk. But with water signs, they so lost. They could have power and they'll still burn down their own nation. So it's just like water signs the most fun. I'm gonna just keep it 100 with you. All water signs the most fun. I don't care what you think, how you feel. Sun, moon, earth, and I'm gonna just keep it real. I ain't even gonna sit here and try to cap and try to keep it cool with you. But like I said, but I will say with the cancers, it's a deeper thing, and it's a lack of understanding with them. It's a lack of understanding with all these energies and how they play out. But when it comes to Scorpios, they just on some other ish, and they always like got this bias towards things. Like I don't know, like once you get a Scorpio man, granted they have this revengeful spirit, right? Okay, that's Scorpio energy. You can't get mad at them that. That's who they are. But they take it to the next level where it don't even have to be something that's really that serious. It be some dumb stuff, and y'all be holding on to that. Yeah, hell yeah. Like I said, water signs, all y'all the most flaunt. No grace, no nothing. Y'all are the most flaunt signs ever. Now, moving on. When it come to Earth, these are actually some of the most stable signs, except for Virgos. But I'm gonna get into that. So when you talk about Taurus, it's a very stable sign. They bullheaded though, but I wouldn't consider them crazy. It's just they just strong headed and think of a bull. They strong. That's the benefit of it. And sometimes they get bullheaded. They hard to move. They ignorant. Can we not listen? But for the most part, a lot of these things can work out to their benefit as long as they know what they're doing. So Taurus straight. I ain't gonna say they crazy at all. They're actually more one of the more stable signs. Now, excuse me. When you talk, damn, what the fuck? Fucking wasp. Now when you talk about now when you talk about goddamn Capricorn, they're another one. They Capricorn kind of on the hinge because they're more of a stable sign too, but they got their own issues too. And you could kind of say they definitely got some crazy traits, but not to the point where I would put them in the most crazy list. But sometimes you have to watch out for Capricorns too because they be all over the place. But like I said, it's an understanding thing with them too, because sometimes they come across like they be trying to use people and all this and all that, but really it be for a reason. So I mean I don't go too deep with Capricorn, but I'm just saying like they be on the hinge sometimes, but it be a reason to I feel like why they feel the way they feel and what they do too. It just can come off as annoying, but over and all, I wouldn't say it's enough on the percentage level for me to call them crazy, because it ain't that deep, and they are more of a stable sign than some of the other signs. And then when you go to Virgo, Virgo is definitely on the hinge. Here's the thing, Virgo is like on point a lot, but and I wouldn't consider them crazy, but you can if you want, because it's like sometimes they get lost in the mind a lot. But what balance them out and makes them better than Gemini, because Gemini get lost in the mind too. But what makes the Virgo better than Gemini is because the Virgo's in a situation where they actually is detail oriented and plan. They can actually plan out things and make structure and make sense out of what they got going on. It's different. Like they can be stable though. See, that's the difference. I ain't gonna put Virgo in the most craziest. They be crazy sometimes, but I ain't gonna put them in the most craziest because sometimes with Virgos they can actually discipline themselves and have direction and have a sense of not formality, but what's that word? Like structure, um, groundedness, um, discipline, like structure, analyze, have things organized. You know what I'm saying? Where some other signs are crazy and they don't have that ability. So by default, I'm not gonna consider Virgo one of the most craziest. But just know they you can either put them in an honorable mention or say that they have a crazy side to them. But I'm not gonna call them one of the most craziest. You see what I'm saying? And then that's all the earth. And then last but not least, I did fire, I did water, I did earth. Last but not least, we gonna do air. Now all the air issues got issues. Period. All the air signs got issues, but it does come down on different spectrums, like different percentage levels. Like when it comes to Libra and Aquarius both are some of the more normal like zodiac signs. but they all got their issues. But I'm gonna say the most normal, coolest zodiac sign I'm gonna say is gonna be Libra, because Libra's got that nasty side. But sometimes if you get on the good side with a Libra, they can be very beneficial, helpful, and they can actually be like a really good person. I'm gonna say that now. You can't trust all of them. I'm not saying that, but sometimes if you really get to know them in the right way, they can be end up being cool people, and it doesn't be something negative. You see what I'm saying? If you treat them the right way, but other than that, they can sometimes be backstabby, or you can do something to them that you're not aware that you did, and they can try to turn on you too. Don't get it twisted. But for the most part, as long as you're cool with a Libra can show you love a lot of times. It's not all bad with Libras. I would consider them one of the most crazy. All air signs, all signs in general got their own issues, but I wouldn't consider Libra one of the most craziest per se. Now once you get into Aquarius, Aquarius is like off the wall because Aquarius is very smart, intelligent, but it's I don't know if I want to consider it crazy, but it's more like manipulative. So it's more like a situation where I ain't gonna call it crazy, but you could call it one of the most backhanded signs, one of the most backsidey signs, because it's kind of like that Scorpionic energy a little bit because Aquarius can be in their own bubble and they're real smart, but they also know how to gather a large group of people. They know how to do things and manipulate the situation, which can come to their benefit. But sometimes they go too far with it, and you think that you cool with them, and they end up playing on you. So the whole time they sit here and they talk real good game. They'll talk real good game to you in your face and act like everything's cool. They'll try to make it seem like you and them is on one accord, like you and them are close, more closer than anybody else, and y'all ace boon coons. Come to find out, this dude behind your back telling other people about how he feel about you. He getting together with somebody else to get around you. So you got to be careful with Aquarius. Aquarius energy go deep. They'll be trying to they'll talk to you like y'all real cool, like y'all best friends, and y'all the only ones that's really in it together, and y'all two are the only thing that y'all really got. But then come to find out behind closed doors, they going to talk to another person just like that to come against you. While you thinking they cool, they using somebody else to come against you. Like it's get deep with Aquarius. So that's crazy though. I ain't gonna lie, they're honorable mentions. Virgo's honorable mentions, Cancer honorable mentions, and Aquarius is honorable mentions. But over and all, since Aquarius is actually smart and really like in depth and know how to manipulate, I ain't gonna call that crazy because you smart. You know how to get your way. It's more evil or demented than crazy. You see what I'm saying? You could say most evil zodiac signs, our most narcissistic zodiac signs, our most manipulative zodiac signs, our most negative. Like you can use different other words, but I wouldn't use crazy because they're not deranged. They know exactly what the hell they're doing. It's just in a negative way, so they can use that on you. And then one of the the last one that I'm gonna say for all the signs, and this is the last air sign too, is Gemini. Gemini is definitely one of the most flown signs, one of the most crazy signs for sure. Geminis get lost in the mind deep, and that is they ruled by Mercury just like Virgo, which is why Virgo is an honorable mention. But the reason why Gemini is not the honorable mention, it's actually a part of the list of the most craziest, is because Gemini's mind is all over the place. See, Virgo at least got the earth element. Even though it's ruled by Mercury too, it's the earth element of it. It's the feminine side of Gemini. So, which the earth is feminine too. It's the earth side of that. So it's thinking, it's overthinking, it's detail oriented, it's all that stuff, too. But it's not. It's more Virgo is more stable. It's the confined ground. Gemini is all in the head. That's the hootie. That's Mercury. That's thought energy. It's everywhere. Think of a bird just flying everywhere. There's no ground and there's no landing. So you'll be here one day, you'll be there the next. You're thinking about this, then you off track. These be the people who they may go off track a lot of times. You're talking about this, and then they end up switching to another topic, or they think they want to do something one day, then the next day they want to do something else. They want to eat this, then they want to eat that. They want to do this, then they want to do that. And that's how Pisces energy is too. But that's what the emotions, the feelings, and the mind, which is why Pisces is the most flown. But Gemini is on that list too, is one of the most flown because like I said, they get lost in their mind. They're very chaotic and crazy. You can't trust a lot of Geminis around your girl if you're a dude. You can't trust a lot of Gemini females around your man if you're a female. You can't really trust them. But I ain't trying to bash Gemini because I'm a Gemini myself. But it's always different. If the person that's telling you about other people that has the same energy as yourself, always know that that person is a little bit more aware than the others for them to be honest and be upfront and say what that energy is. That means that person is more aware of it, so they've seen what it is and know how to detach from it. But that's another video too. But I just want to break down all those signs. So running back again, the most craziest zodiac signs. The most craziest zodiac signs is um number one is Pisces. That's the most plunked out sign in the world in the whole universe. And then you got in the whole existence in this whole hemisphere. And then after that, you got Scorpios. Scorpios, they crazy too. They crazy as hell, and it's to the point where it's like OD. Like they always thinking something that ain't really the case, and then they gonna use their backstabbing and their revengeful energy for something that don't even need to be. When you probably the one that actually care about them the most, but they holding some old shit that you did, some small shit that you did. They holding that against you, like you the enemy. Let alone you one of the only ones that's really genuinely helping. Hell nah, Scorpio one of the most flunked too. Pisces number one, Scorpio number two, and then last but not least is I think Gemini. Gemini. I'm gonna say Gemini. Gemini. All right, Gemini. So Pisces, Scorpio, and Gemini. Most craziest sign. Don't care what nobody say. That's the most crazy sign. Now here's the thing. There are a few honorable mentions. I think the 2 or 3 honorable mentions are number one will be Cancer, cause they're right up and runner up. I wanted to throw them in there, but due to understanding of them, if I didn't have no understanding, I would just fully throw them in there. But since I understand the energy a little bit more, is I can say they're a really big honorable mention though. If you're not wrong, if you say they, go ahead and just say they are one of the most craziest signs. Cause at this point they pretty much own that thin in the water. But honorable mention is Cancer, Virgo, I think, um, and Aquarius. Yeah, yeah. I wanted to say Leo too, but really just trying to get attention and doing too much. I ain't gonna call that crazy. I mean they are crazy, but it ain't to the point where I would consider it one of the most craziest though. So with that being said, I'm gonna get out of those. The three most craziest signs: Pisces, Scorpio, Gemini, and the 3 honorable mentions are Cancer, Virgo, and Aquarius. No, no, no. Cancer, Virgo, and damn, what was the other one? Hold on. Cancer, Virgo, and I think I said Aquarius. Yeah, and Aquarius, I guess. I think. Am I tripping? Yeah. But yeah, with that being said, man, I'm gonna get up out of here, man. Much love to y'all. Sorry for the big pause. I was doing something in there, something happened. But much love to y'all. Y'all take it easy, man. Y'all stay squared up. Peace.